Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Yes, excited to see me back? You're probably not. But today's video is a very impromptu one because I have two pickup trucks with me today. No hot hatches, I'm afraid, even though my channel is called PocketRockets. But hey, if you don't know already, I have this for the week thanks to the guys at Ford UK. And this is the new Ranger Raptor, a truck that is unnecessarily big and stupid and probably to most pointless, but for me I absolutely love it. But the one problem with it is the engine. It's got a woeful 4-cylinder diesel engine, but on the other hand I've got this with me, the F-150 Lightning, a pickup truck from America, and this hasn't got a diesel engine. No, in fact it's got a 5.4 litre Triton V8 engine with a supercharged bolted on for good measure. And even though they're both pickups, they do things very differently. This is very slow, but it can handle any terrain you throw at it. But on the other hand, with this truck, all it can handle is drag strips, because this held the official world record for the fastest pickup truck in the world back in the early 90s. And yeah, I'm very excited to experience it today. And I'm not going to talk too much about this because I've got a full review coming. Today's video is concentrating on this beauty. And I have to say a big thank you to the guys that own this, and more specifically my good friend Carl Green, who has dragged this out of the garage and hounded his dad to let me have a go in it today. So Carl's dad, if you're watching, a big thank you to you, sir. But without any more waffling, let's get on and go and do some driving. Right, inside the F-150. Now, it's left-hand drive, of course, because these were only available in America. So, not only have I had to get used to the Ranger Raptor being so big, I've now got to get used to this being so big and the steering wheel on the wrong side of the road. But I'm sure the engine will help me ignore all those facts. And I've got Carl sitting next to me, but he's very camera shy. I was going to say very Carl shy. But, and I'm not awfully familiar with these things, so he's going to be snapping some things at me if I'm wrong. But yeah. I haven't driven anything left-hand drive since about 2.5 years ago in Finland, and that was in Mustangs, so I was a lucky boy back then too. So yeah, but now I'm in the UK driving something left-hand drive, and it's yeah, very alien, shall I say. And Carl's decided to bring me down the most narrow B roads. Which for a traditional car is, yeah, you ain't getting two cars down these roads, let alone one of these things. And I also have to remember that this is like 2 tons, so I can't go gung-ho on these roads because brakes, yeah, probably non-existent. Now, considering this is a pickup truck, for the size of it, it's actually pretty compact. Now, it sounds very stupid because in here you've got lots of room. You can swing a cat in here pretty easily. And yes, this is only a single cab, unlike the Ranger Raptor. But it's very compact for its size. The Ranger feels miles bigger. Yeah, the brakes aren't great. Nor is the cornering. But that engine is, oh, mwah. Oh. Another bit straight, which this is very good at. Oh, I'll never get bored of that. And that is one of the reasons why the Ranger Raptor's let itself down, just with the engine alone. just gives it so much character. Another bit of straight. Never get bored of this. And this actually, back in the late 90s, held the official world record for the fastest pickup truck, a stock one, at 147 miles an hour. And even till today's standards, that isn't exactly too shabby. I'm seriously can't get used to it. Yeah.
On that side of the road, it's weird to get like 10 minutes will be fine.
And then as soon as I get back in the Raptor, I'm then going to be like, oh, the size. It just encourages you to put your foot down. And you can really feel that the back end's very light. There's nothing of it. And it gets very skittish. And even though this is on Goodyear Eagle F1s, they're probably way past their sell-by date. But even so, it's pretty impressive how it keeps traction. You can only imagine what a good set of tyres would do, and you could really push it. Now, even though I love a good pickup, this particular one I'm a bit rusty on. So this has got a 5.4 litre V8 engine with a supercharger. Do you know the exact superchargers on it? Eaton, yeah, I thought so. And it produces, is it 380? Yeah, 380 horsepower with around 480 foot-pounds. Is that roughly around that? Yeah, yeah. 0 to 62 in 6.3, something like that.
6 seconds roughly.
Yeah, which, yeah, today's standards, that isn't pedestrian at all, really isn't. Of course, where we are at the minute on B roads, this definitely doesn't feel comfortable. It's definitely not in its natural habitat. This is more suited at somewhere like Santabod. But like the Ranger Raptor, again, that's a sort of vehicle that isn't suited for B road blasting. It's more at handling anything that you can throw at terrain-wise, snow, mud. Yeah, this can't. This definitely can't. This is a hunkered down, designed to go in a straight line. But you can quickly ignore that because they're pickup trucks. They're not lying to you by trying to do something that it simply can't. You already know that. But you can forget that even more so in this because of the engine. It just gives that its character. It really does. Yes, I know pickup trucks already in the UK are pointless. They're just not needed. But you'd be surprised the amount you see on the road these days, along with SUVs. And the market has completely changed. And for this, when these were made, Ford didn't do great numbers on them. I think they sold around 4,200 in total. This colour being Sonic Blue, they roughly sold around 720, which is nowhere near what they sell now. I think the statistic I saw somewhere that every hour they sell 100 F-150s. That is crazy. 100 in America each hour. That's mental. But to think that, yeah, they didn't sell numbers because back then it was more the traditional muscle car that sold numbers in comparison to pickups. They just weren't really, all I can say is, that much of an interest to the Americans. I'm probably very wrong because I don't live there, but from those figures, that can pretty much tell the story. Now, this is very familiar because if you're a Fast and Furious fan, you would have seen that the late Paul Walker, Brian O'Connor, used one of these as a daily when he was working for Racer's Edge. Was it Racer's Edge? Yeah, Racer's Edge. And by that time, Ford obviously canned the production of these vehicles, and no one could buy one. And then by that time, it made it a cult classic. And I'm pretty sure Carl's dad didn't buy it for that reason, did he?
No.
Why did your dad buy this?
Just wanted the power, wanted the supercharger. Yeah.
He definitely wanted to stand out for sure.
Yes.
And the funny thing is that this was probably the most fastest vehicle in that film because everything else was just rice bashers and everything with neon lights. And no one took this seriously until they actually looked into it and realised, hold on a minute, Brian O'Connor dailied a V8 pickup truck to work. I'm seriously not getting used to this. And being unbiased and trying to understand why they use the diesel engine in the Ranger Raptor is fuel. Now, I know this is a bit thirsty for fuel. Carl, would you like to tell me what you...
That's all you need to know, 30.
Is that you being sensible, or is that...
Yes.
And it probably doesn't even see double figures if you're pushing it proper. Yeah. And what's the tank size? It's about like 130 litres, 100 litres. Wow. And at the minute in this country, fuel prices are roughly around 135, so you can do the math. Very expensive. The thing is, because it's so compact in here, but in the interior space, it's like the dashboard's like very set back, so you can hardly see the right corner. It's a shame because I definitely can't push it to what I wanted down here, because it's I don't know these roads, and I want to get us back in one piece and make sure Carl doesn't soil his pants. Honestly, this thing is special, it really is. And so what, it's ridiculous, so what, it's pointless. I love it, and I want one. And this is actually for sale, and I wish it wasn't, because it's tempting me. It'd make a great weekend car. I'm sorry, I can't drive. I've only just got my license today. That was someone on the other side of the road being a little bit cross with me because I was taking up the road. I'm in a pickup, leave me alone. You shouldn't give me grief. I think you should have put an L plate on this, to be fair.
It's weird to drive a left-hand drive in the UK. A left-hand drive anywhere in the world is fine.
Yeah.
In the UK, it messes with your head because you want to sit your bum this side of the road.
Yeah, and plus your peripheral vision, when you're sitting on the right, you can see a lot more. I mean, at the minute, they haven't trimmed any of the grass, so it's hard to see anyway, but it's very alien.
When you sit here, it's weird. You think, I should be driving.
Yeah. But I'm not the greatest person of judging size and space, so it's the thing with the Ranger Raptor is that although it's very big, you can sort of gauge its space a lot more. I don't know if it's because you're a lot more higher up. This, you're quite low down. If I can find some copyright-free country music, I'll be putting it in right now and just chilling. And these seats, they're like armchairs. Oh, I love it. I really do. You know, usually you have cars in the back that go, oh, you can sit 3 people, and you can't. This, you can. It's easy, quite easily fit someone. And because you've got no gear stick, there's so much space here. This truly is a weekend car, though. Just the fuel alone, you couldn't commute in this. And if someone that's watching this owns one and commutes this every day, please leave a comment, and I'll give yourself a pat on the back, because you are truly an absolute legend. And you've just put normal unleaded in this, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I imagine if you put V power in it.
Left again. It's wide, isn't it?
Are wing
Are so big as well.
are wing mirrors cheap on this?
They can be.
Oh
It's been
god.
clipped a couple of times, as you can imagine. We're sort of coming back up to the main road.
It's literally saying that once you drive it a lot more, you get used to it.
Yeah. You just need to tell yourself constantly. Sort of bum on the left, bum on the left. Yeah.
I'd hate to drive this at night, but the headlights are like torches on the front.
Yeah, no.
Left here, yeah.
Yeah, they're not no LEDs or nothing like that. Clean my way, mate.
You're trying to make me soil my trousers. And he's
This is the main road now, so
thank God.
go left back towards the end, on the other side. It's fine.
Oh my God. I've never been so more happy to have some fairly normal sized roads. I have to say I'm very grateful, mate. Thank you very much.
Alright.
I feel like an American. I'm growing to be an American every minute.
It's that.
Yeah. Oh, one hand.
One hand is all you need.
Yeah.
You don't even need to go fast.
No, you don't.
But going fast is fun.
The one similarity to the Ranger is the steering. There's none of it.
There's none of it. Yeah. It's very vague.
Did this come with the tracking out from factory?
It must have done, yeah. The thing is, no one can, you can't really get parts for it, so it's so hard to sort of get track rod ends and things.
And also, on a good note, like the Ranger Raptor, everyone looks at it. And everyone looks at this because you don't see many. And yeah, the Ranger Raptor is 50 grand with some extras on it. Well, with those stickers on it, you can save some money, but that's the whole point of being a car enthusiast. You want to have something that's different. You want to have something that's loud and pointless, and you like it because of that. And this is exactly the same. It really is. And even more so with that engine, I love it. But yeah, I could drive this all day. So I think it's time to give it one last boot for good measure and finally say goodbye. Let's do it. That is awesome.
The noise of the supercharger just winds up.
You can feel it doing that. So unfortunately, all good things come to an end, and yeah, it's very upsetting because I've thoroughly enjoyed my short time with this F-150 Lightning. It's a breath of fresh air coming out of the Ranger Raptor, because although this is an absolute sublime vehicle, the engine really does let it down, and that's probably because of the size of the thing. If this wasn't so big, you could probably get away with the diesel engine, but in this, oh, I love this V8. The supercharger alone is just to die for. It really is. And it really does make me want one, because like the Ranger Raptor, it's stupid and pointless. And that's what draws me to these sort of cars. I really do love a pickup. I really do. And what makes it even worse is this one is for sale. And I wish Carl never told me that. But if you watching are very interested in one, make sure you give Carl a message, because this is in sublime nick and it's rare and it's a classic, so why wouldn't you want one? But I'll leave Carl's details down below. You can give him a message and inquire yourself. And again, I'm going to say a big thank you to his dad. You're a legend. I owe you a beer. But on that note, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. A very short one, impromptu, as I said. Wasn't actually going to happen, but we wanted to do it. So yeah, please give it a like and subscribe. Comment down below and do all that good stuff. But until next time, thank you for watching. Take care. Goodbye.